This video will give you an update on digital marketing for telecom demo from Solution Showcase at Microsoft. This is the landing page for the demo. Here you can see various target segments or various actors for the demo. The first scenario is related to Greg. Greg is a young executive and always looking for new offers on telecom. He searches on Google or Yahoo or Bing and is taken to the landing page for the Altiva Telecom. This is the landing page for Altiva Telecom. At the top you can see the latest offer which is going on from Altiva, which is the 15% discount coupon, and at the bottom you can see some other things like top 5 tricks to lower phone bill and what our customers are saying. When the customer first comes to this site, we know very little about the user. For any anonymous user, we relate its profile using a GUID. We know that the person has come from Bing using some keywords like Altiva Telecom discount. We know where the person is located, like the person is from Seattle, Washington, and at what time the user has come, what is the season. We still don't know some information like whether the user is registered, what are his last actions, what are the products he might be interested in, and all those information is still not there. But as the user will browse the site, all of these information will be added to the profiling database, which will be used to serve the right content to the right user. Craig will first register for the 15% discount coupon on Altiva products. As he is new to the Altiva site, he will register his details and then become a customer of Altiva. Now you can see that Greg has already registered on the Altiva site and now become a customer of Altiva. He can use his Windows phone with Microsoft tag to take a picture of it to get the details of the 15% discount coupon, and at the right hand side you can see some of the suggested content depending on his profiling information. If you want to know more about some of the Windows Phone 7 and what are the various new things happening in telecom, you can go to Altiva marketing site. Altiva marketing site is maintained by the marketing department of Altiva, where various employees are writing some editorials and blogs about various topics. At the right hand side you can see related articles and related products, and this is the main article. He will read some of the articles here and is really interested in the Windows Phone 7. Here at the right hand side you can see one of the related phones, which is a Windows Phone 7. The person will click here and then he will be taken to the Altiva corporate site. Here he can see some of the details like what are the various features of the phone, what are specification, reviews, and he can even write reviews. At the right hand side you can see some of the advertisements from Altiva. This will change depending on the product which he is browsing. At the bottom you can see recommended phones and recommended accessories for him depending on the product which he is seeing and depending on his profiling information. At the bottom you can see related plans for the phone. The person will add this product to the list. He will then go to see what is in his wish list. He can then make an appointment. The first step to make an appointment is to find the store which is nearest to his house. As he is already registered, his address will come automatically. There are 3 stores which are nearby, and in one of the stores the stock is not available, so he will choose a different store. The second step is to choose a purpose. In this case he wants to consult about items in his wish list. Then he will choose the right time for it. And whatever he is doing on the site, everything is getting stored in a profiling DB at the server, and All of these information will then be used to serve the right content to the user. Now that he has made the reservation, he can go to the shop and buy that product. When he comes back to this site, the Altiva Telecom corporate landing page has changed. Instead of the 15% discount coupon, because the user has already registered for it, it is now showing some of the accessories which might be related to the phone which he has bought. And if you see, we now have some more information about the user, like we have related its profile using his live ID, and we have some more information like what is the last action which the user has done, like wishlist, HTC HD7, product last visited, page which is last visited, and some of the demographic information like age, household, education, and income per household. All of this information are coming using Avnot Digital Experience Profiling Engine, and using that profiling database we are serving the contents for the user. Now you can see some of the articles which are coming from the marketing site on the landing page, as well as some of the accessories related to the phones which he might have bought. In the second scenario, we have Helen. Helen is an existing customer of Altiva, and she has just received a mail about an upgrade eligibility. Here you can see that the mail offers some of the eligibility criteria, and she can go to the Altiva site. This is the landing page of the Altiva Telecom site. Now you can see that the same landing page has changed depending on from where the customer is coming from. So last time when it was Greg was coming to this site from Yahoo or Bing, depending on some different keywords, but now the user is coming to this site from a promotional offer from an email. Because of that, the landing page is changed, and it is now promoting the Windows Phone 7 upgrade eligibility. Helen is already an existing customer of Altiva, so she will sign in using her live ID. You can see that the landing page is showing various offers like Windows Phone 7 is available and eligible and available for upgrade. Here you can see that the HTC 7 HD7 is also on the way. So the landing page has been customized depending on from where the customer is coming from. The person will click on this to check the eligibility for Windows Phone 7. All her details will come because she signed in. Helen will get a mail and a message saying that she is eligible for upgrade, and at the right hand side you can see some of the suggested content depending on his profiling information. She now knows that she is eligible for Windows Phone 7, so she will go and find some of the phones. Here you can see some of the phones from Altiva, some of the accessories here, and some of the phone plans here. But as the number of products are quite high, to choose the right phone is quite difficult. For that, Helen will search for Mobile 7. Here you can see that there are a lot of phones which have come, but Helen can filter them depending on the brand. Let's say Helen wants HTC phones and Windows Phone 7, and say storage up to 16 GB. So in this case you can see that the number of phones from 32 has become only 2 in 3 clicks. For this we are using fast search for SharePoint, where it is indexing data from the Commerce server or SQL database. At the bottom you can see some of the recent history, like which all phones she might have visited, like HTC Surround, HTC 7, Dell, and some of the recent searches. At the bottom you can see some of the related articles. So these articles are coming from the marketing sites. So if the person is interested, she can go and read some of these articles. Let's say she is interested in HTC 7. Here you can find out some of the details about the phone, like specifications, reviews. At the bottom you can find recommended phones and recommended accessories. This is coming from the profiling information as well as the product which she is seeing now. And at the bottom you can see some of the related plans. She will add this phone to the wish list. And then go to the wish list. Here you can see that at the top we are also showing some of the advertisements which is related to the accessories which are there in, which is related to the phones which are there in the wish list. The person can click here and then let's say add a 8 GB SD card. And here you can see some of the advertisements from Altiva, and these advertisements are related to the product which she is seeing. For example, in this case she is seeing some of the accessories, and the same way the advertisement is also from related to accessories. So now you can see that there are two products in her wish list. She can now go and close her session. Helen is also using a phone app from Altiva Telecom. Here you can see there are two offers from Altiva. Helen can use her Windows Live ID to log in. You can use this app to browse various offers which are going on, like 15% discount coupon, some news information and suggested content for the user. You can browse various mobile phones and accessories. You can go into detail about seeing what the product details are, what are the related phones and what are the related accessories to it. You can add that product to the cart as well. You can locate a Altiva store. In this case I am enabling the GPS emulator, but this works on a real phone as well. So one day Helen was traveling from Seattle to a shopping mall, and that shopping mall had a Altiva store also. So whenever Helen will be in a mall where a store is nearby, the GPS will send a notification that there are a couple of items which are in her wish list and there is an Altiva store nearby, and some of the assistants are there which can help her. She can either visit the store or can remind me in 10 minutes. In this case she will go to the Altiva store. This will send a notification to the assistant that Helen is visiting the store and they will be ready with the items in her wish list. The next scenario is for a young professional, Heather. For this, Altiva has placed advertisements on some of the most visited sites for young professionals like Amazon Games and MTV. At the right hand side you can see a 15% off on all Altiva products from Altiva. The person can click here. This will take him to a high impact site which is built totally in Silverlight for young professionals. So there are different types of sites targeted to different segments of users. Here the person can see some of the latest from Altiva. He can then go and register for some of the updates of those phones. Then he can go and share it on either Twitter or Facebook. The next scenario is for active adult Andrew. For this, Altiva is organizing various tech events, and in that events Altiva is distributing various flyers. So the user can use Windows mobile phone with Microsoft Tag to go to a mobile site and register for the 15% discount coupon. He will fill his details and submit. This will send a mail to the user about the 15% discount coupon, and from there he can come to the Altiva corporate site and buy a new product. After a couple of months of various promotions, now the Mary, who is the marketing manager, wants to know how the various campaigns have went. For this, Altiva has created a Silverlight dashboard which gathers information from different sources and presents in the one dashboard. This is the main tab for the dashboard. Here you can see various campaigns. At present, this is a campaign for the 15% discount coupon, and these are the various target segments like young professional, active adult, and young mom. At the bottom you can see various touch points like Facebook and Twitter and Microsoft Tag. Here you can see the conversion goals. Here you can see the how campaign has went depending on various target segments like young professional, active adults, and young mom, and how the various touch points have performed according to the target segments. Like for young professional, Twitter has done well, and for young mom, Facebook, and for active adults, a lot of people have used Microsoft Tag for that. We are also gathering geographical and demographic information like which all users are visiting this corporate site from which all locations. We are also gathering information like how many people are male or how many people are female, how many people are young adult between which all ages, and how many people have kids, and all this information. We are also gathering some of the information like how many people actually visited and how many registered and how many were interested, how many people came from various kind of search, and how people have come to Altiva corporate site like affiliated sites or email or advertisements or search or blog. So all of this information help Altiva to decide which target segment target and which touch points to use for future campaigns.